Josh Duggar's latest prison transfer has left his family facing a major new obstacle. The former reality star is now housed at a federal facility in Ohio, hundreds of miles from his wife and 7 children in Arkansas. His attorney says the move makes in-person visits almost impossible. But how did he end up there after years in Texas, and what does this mean for the family that has stuck by him through every chapter of this long legal battle? Stick around, because the details behind this transfer, the official response, and what it changes for the people closest to him paint a clearer picture of where things stand right now. The Duggar family first became household names through the TLC series 19 Kids and Counting. Jim, Bob and Michelle Duggar raised their large family in Arkansas under the spotlight of reality television, sharing daily life, faith, and milestones with millions of viewers. Josh, the oldest son, was a central figure in those early years. The show ended in 2015 after reports surfaced about Josh's teenage confessions of inappropriate contact with underage girls, including some of his sisters. Years later, in April 2021, federal authorities arrested him on charges related to child sexual abuse material. In December of that year, a jury convicted him of receiving and possessing material depicting minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct. In May 2022, a federal judge sentenced him to 12.5 years in prison, followed by 20 years of supervised release. Josh has maintained his innocence and has pursued multiple appeals. He spent the bulk of his sentence so far at the Federal Correctional Institution in Seagoville, Texas. That relative stability ended earlier this year. In May 2026, he was moved to the Federal Medical Center in Fort Worth. From there he went to a temporary transfer center in Oklahoma City. Then, on or around July 8, 2026, he arrived at FCI Elkton in Lisbon, Ohio. That low-security facility houses more than 2,000 inmates and sits more than 850 miles from the family's home in northern Arkansas. The distance is the central issue raised by his legal team. Josh's attorney, Bo B. Brindley, issued a clear statement after the transfer became public. He said the Bureau of Prisons holds broad authority over where inmates are placed and that prisoners have little ability to challenge those decisions. According to Brindley, Josh had raised concerns about problems in the legal mail system at Seagoville during a court hearing. Brindley described the subsequent move to Ohio as arbitrary and argued that it places Josh so far from his family that visits will be almost impossible. The attorney's comments were reported by multiple outlets, including Us Weekly, which confirmed the new location through court documents and Bureau of Prisons records. The Bureau of Prisons itself has not addressed the specific reasons for this transfer. In a general statement provided after earlier moves, the agency explained that placement decisions consider security level, medical or programming needs, separation requirements, and proximity to an inmate's eventual release residence, among other factors. Officials routinely decline to discuss individual cases for privacy and security reasons. What is confirmed is the sequence of moves: Seagoville for the majority of the sentence, a medical facility in Fort Worth in May, a short stay at the Oklahoma City Transfer Center, and arrival at Elkton in early July. Each step has taken Josh farther from Arkansas. Anna Duggar has continued to raise their 7 children in the family's home state. Court records and public reports show she has remained married to Josh throughout the legal process. The practical reality of an 850-mile trip is significant. Travel costs, time away from work and school, and the logistics of visiting a federal prison all become heavier burdens when the facility sits in eastern Ohio rather than Texas. Brindley's statement focuses on that distance and the limited options families have once the Bureau of Prisons makes a designation. At the same time, Josh continues to pursue legal challenges. A motion to vacate his conviction was denied in June 2026, and he has filed notice of an appeal. His projected release date remains in the early 2030s, though such dates can shift with good time credits or other adjustments. The transfer has drawn steady coverage from national and local outlets. Many reports emphasize the repeated moves in a short span of months and the resulting strain on family contact. Some coverage highlights Brindley's claim that the relocation followed complaints about legal mail procedures. Other stories stick to the confirmed timeline and the Bureau of Prisons' general policies without endorsing any particular explanation. On social media and in comment sections, reactions vary. Some observers express sympathy for Anna and the children who face longer, more expensive trips. Others note that federal inmates are routinely transferred for operational reasons and that proximity to family is only one of several factors the agency considers. Media outlets have largely presented both the attorney's perspective and the official silence on individual motives, leaving the public to weigh the information available. What comes next is limited to what is already on the public record. Josh's appeal of the denied motion to vacate is pending. The Bureau of Prisons can order further transfers at any time based on its internal criteria. Family visits, if they occur, will now involve significantly greater travel. No public statements have been issued by Anna or other immediate family members specifically addressing the Ohio placement. Viewers following the case can expect additional court filings as the appeal moves forward and continued updates from the Bureau of Prisons inmate locator if Josh's location changes again. The core developments are straightforward. Josh Duggar is now serving his sentence at FCI Elkton in Ohio after a series of transfers that began earlier this year. His attorney has publicly attributed the final move to retaliation for raising concerns about legal mail handling and has stated that the distance makes family visits nearly impossible. The Bureau of Prisons has not confirmed or denied that characterization and continues to cite its standard designation process. The practical effect is clear: the gap between Josh and his wife and children has grown substantially. As the legal process continues and the family adapts to the new logistics, these facts form the latest chapter in a case that has remained in the public eye for years. What are your thoughts on this latest Duggar family update? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Duggar family update.